على ربى الأنس شيدنا مدارسنا بالآي نروي فؤادا كان عطشانا.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are back with Seerah series. In today's episode, we are going to discuss the further persecution on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the conversion of two great Sahaba radhiyallahu ta'ala anhuma. We are persecuted but not abandoned. We are struck down but not destroyed. The Meccan polytheists did not appreciate that the Muslim had found a refuge in Abyssinia. So they equipped Amr bin al-As and Abdullah bin Abi Rabia with valuable gifts and sent them to the court of Aqsam. They became successful in winning some of the courtiers over to their side and argued that the king should expel the Muslim back to Mecca and made over to them, on the grounds that they had apostated and preached a religion alien to both the Meccan religion and Christianity. But the spotlight on Islamic tradition, highlighting the real intellectual heritage of the Ummah by Ja'far ibn Abi Talib radiallahu ta'ala an, the exemplary interfaith leader, the cousin of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, impressed the negus. After listening to Ja'far bin Abi Talib radiallahu ta'ala an, the king assured the Muslim full protection and returned the gifts to the envoys of Quraysh and sent them away. After that, returned to Arabia. The Muslim lived in Abyssinia, that is Ethiopia, unmolested for a number of years. Here in Mecca, the major incident happened, that is the conversion of Hamza radiallahu ta'ala an and Umar radiallahu ta'ala an. In the 6th year of prophethood, Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib radiallahu ta'ala an, the Prophet's uncle, and Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu ta'ala an, both embraced Islam. The Quraysh were greatly upset at the conversion of Hamza and Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhuma, since both of them were known for their strength and courage. Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib radiallahu ta'ala an was a foster brother, paternal uncle, maternal second cousin, and the companion of the Islamic prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hamza radiallahu ta'ala an was very competent in wrestling, archery, and fighting, and he trained Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in these skills during their youth. He was fond of hunting lions, and he is described as the strongest man of the Quraysh. Upon returning to Mecca after a hunting trip in the desert, he heard that Amr ibn Hisham, that is Abu Jahl, had attacked the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and abused and insulted him, speaking spitefully of his religion and trying to bring him into disrepute. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had not replied to him. Filled with rage, Hamza radallahu ta'ala an went out and he met him, struck him in violent blow with his bow, and he said, "Will you insult him when I am of his religion and say what he says? Hit me back if you can." This is how Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib, the uncle of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, entered into Islam. Now let us learn how Umar radiallahu ta'ala an embraced Islam. The most notable event of the year 6 of the proclamation was the conversion of Islam of Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu ta'ala an. He was one of the most rabid enemies of Islam and of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was a great tormentor of the Muslims. Umar radiallahu ta'ala an resolved to kill Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and thus to extinguish the flame of Islam itself. He left his home with this intention. On his way, he met Nu'aym ibn Abdullah radiallahu ta'ala an, who said, "Why don't you return to your own house and at least set it straight?" Umar radiallahu ta'ala an was furious to hear that his own sister and her husband had become Muslim. He immediately changed his direction from Arqam radiallahu ta'ala an's house, that is Darul Arqam, to her house to investigate the allegation. In reply to his questions, she gave a discreet but evasive answer and changed his mind and entered to Islam. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had specifically prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, asking him to guide Umar to Islam. Once Umar radiallahu ta'ala an embraced Islam, the Muslim gained in confidence. Previously, Muslims used to pray in secret, afraid of the disbelievers. However, when Umar radiallahu ta'ala an became a Muslim, they began to pray openly in front of the Kaaba. Abdullah ibn Masud radiallahu ta'ala an, a famous companion of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, used to say, the Muslims were never able to pray near the Kaaba until when Umar radiallahu ta'ala an embraced Islam. It was for this reason the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave Umar the honorable title Al-Faruq. Inshallah, in our next video, we are going to learn 3 important parts of the seerah, that is, an offer no ordinary man could refuse, the bargaining and renunciation, and the total boycott. Till then, stay safe, stay tuned. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.